Hi, guys. Welcome back. I know I'm gonna be very honest with my review up front. And I have an incredible bias towards this movie. Other people were obsessing about Frozen that came out 2 years, 4 years later. My only thoughts in my head were Rapunzel. I also had long blonde hair as a child. It was the best movie for me. So I have a lot of love for it. I think that is when I realized I was bi. Like, I loved Rapunzel and Eugene, and they were both great. So I'm incredibly biased. Also, so that's just a fair warning that there are very there's probably a lot of films I'm biased with, but this might be one of the ones where it's like, I just feel so happy watching this. You know, that's a good thing. That's something Disney is their job. They should be good at making people happy. But it's worrying when you're supposed to talk about them and you're like trying to go in from a critical point of view, and then you remember that when this movie came out, you were this movie's target audience. So I can't give a proper review of this movie. I was 4 and a very blonde 4. And my favorite colors were purple and pink. These are just ones we'll retrace later. This one looks bad. This one less so. I think it's more this part. Now that's just giving me a framework. So I feel like recently on the internet it's been talked about to death, this movie. Mostly because there was a lot of buzz around the live action, which I think might have been canceled because of the Rachel Zegler one, which Rachel Zegler Snow White, which was entirely Disney's fault. Very, very funny from my perspective to watch all of that happen and be like, you keep feeding young women to the sharks, which is the conservative media, and you don't give them any sort of protection. And like, of course they're like, they have a microphone on them. They're going to make sure that, I feel like, especially for Rachel Zegler is like not that older than me. So like, especially knowing like how vocal. Now, to be fair, if I started working, I've had a long dream of being an actor. If anyone watching this is involved with any film productions, I would love to. But I also know that most of my work would probably take place in the US, because from what I understand, it's like a lot of it's filmed there. And I would need like a work visa, and those are granted by the government. And the government doesn't like non-citizens right now. So, like, I definitely would have been scared, but that is because if I was working in media right now, I would not, in America, I would not be like safe. But with Rachel Zegler, she is safe to say these things, and if she's what she believes, that is totally fair. And I think it is entirely unfair to blame a movie's box office on one actor. It was very funny. It was like, you should have known. Like, all of the internet was not after Rachel. Right-wing parts of the internet were after Rachel Zegler, because you don't cast a non-white person as a white princess without, like, putting heavy, like, security and, like, Disney does not stand up for their women of color who are playing the leads. Like, you see this with Halle Bailey. Is that Halle Bailey? There's Halle Berry. Halle Bailey? I think her last name is Bailey. I get those two names confused. And the internet does too, so this is not a me problem. A lot of people do. But so, live action Tangled might not happen. Now, I'm personally pro Broadway show. Before Disney decided to do all this live action stuff, they did Broadway shows. Broadway shows are great. I think I talked about this in the Beauty and the Beast video, where I just talked for several minutes about how I was very sad that the live action adaptation did not have one of the musical songs, which is Home. And I feel like Tangled could be such a good Broadway show. And it's, God, when was the last time Disney made a new Broadway show? Like, a while. I think they've just been banking on The Lion King. Which is fair. It was written by, a lot of the music for that movie was done by Elton John. Hope he's getting paid for the Broadway shows. And, like, residuals. Hope he is. Like, the live action and stuff, I hope he is getting paid. I worry that he's not. Because of... But I hope he is. I should have brought over my laptop so I could look it up. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm just talking about what I hope happens with... They did make a TV show. That is a whole other thing. I have not seen it. However, I have watched deep dives into the show, and so I basically seen it. However, I'm shocked I didn't see it. It seemed 100% like it would have been up my alley. I might have watched a few episodes, actually. No, nobody goes with me. Back up. Like, early episodes? I truly don't know. I think the show also came out... I haven't watched it recently. I could have possibly watched it in the past. And if so, excellent taste passed me. And if not, horrible taste passed me. I need the purple sparkle one. Do I just use my finger? That's not working. Okay. But this Tangled is, I think... I'm gonna say this every time, and I swear the next 2 weeks when I do Frozen 1 and Frozen 2, because there are two princesses, and I need to do 2 looks for them, that I'm gonna say the exact same thing, which is, this is the best one. And Frozen, I also have, like, a lot of... I think still... an Anna doll. The arm fell off, and I cried. So my Anna doll became an amputee. And she was doing great. My Anna baby doll was doing fine. See, I do my makeup without glasses. But because I need glasses, I need to be, like, up close. Which sucks for this. And me. Pascal was great. Pascal's just a little fun little guy. Of course, Rapunzel was so awesome. I probably need to watch that show. I'll try to. That'd be fun. Like, you just get, like, several weeks of me just being like, this is the best show to ever exist. That would 100% be my reaction. I have a lot of recency bias towards stuff. And also, I just watched. Like, I finished the movie now 15 minutes ago. So 5 minutes before I started filming, I finished the film. Bye. I don't know if I could, like, put you. I'll work on it for the next one. Okay. I've used that pink one a lot. It's not almost down to the pan, but is it getting close? Possibly. Which is fine. I'm not getting another one of that palette, though. Probably because it was discontinued, I believe. Because the person who made it is problematic. Would you blend, please? Okay. I'm gonna fix up the purple. This side looks... I don't know which side was worse. I got it so well the other day. And I was so proud of myself. And now I'm just like, I feel awful about so many things. Okay. Let's just finish it out, and we can always use gold glitter. Everything is fixable with glitter. That's my life motto, alongside my general motto of just don't worry about it. You wanna know why? Because if I worry about it, I will need to actually live in a tower like Rapunzel. I haven't really been talking about the film. There are films that, like, you can tell that, like, the beats were planned. And that they were gonna do this, and this. But this one, it just felt a lot more organic, and we're like, oh yeah, I get how every single beat of this happened, which is nice. Which is always great, because you want to know why everything is happening. Did I put the other brush away? Yes, I did. The pink might be a little too aggressive on this side. Yeah. Okay. Woohoo! Ooh, that looks... I like it. Now let's botch it a little bit with glitter. Because, like this film, we gotta have the stars. I like don't want to use too much by accident, but also I'm like, I always get to a point when filming it where I'm like, I'm ashamed of how this looks. And I might be at that point. Not that you guys have done anything wrong. No, you eyeshadows have not. I did. However, put too much glitter on this side. Oh god. How about we just pray? How about that? Huh? Is religion too much for you? Okay. I'm gonna fix the blue. And we'll fix the eyeliner. I don't have really any like explanation for the film. I try to. I do. I'm just every thought is just I loved it. Like that's all the thoughts. That's the only thought. Yay. And then eyeliner. And then mascara. This film was, I think, the best time. I've said this probably every video, but best love story. It was just the best one. And I believe I say that every single time. And every single time, I'm not lying. It's just every single time I film this, it's immediately after. And I'm just in like that post movie, like, I have no thoughts. Which is a problem. Why do I choose to film when I film? But I do film after. And that's my fault. It's not yours, but it makes probably the videos worse. Should get a new mascara probably soon. I always worry that I'm dabbing my nose. With the mascara. Is that a valid worry? Does anyone else have that when they're doing this side that they're like worried that the stick is hitting their nose? Because that's always a thought I have. I'm like, what if I just dye my nose black? Would it be blackface if it's accidental? Because I definitely like would get bored in like art class and just take the black paint and just try and turn my hand into a void. So I don't know. But so I think this might be my favorite one. I really like it. Oh, I hope there's like a pride thing I can attend this year. I'd 100% do this look. Or maybe like, who should I do? should I do looks for pride? And if so, what ones? Like, obviously a generalized rainbow one you just got. But like also there's bi flag, pan flag, many flags. Would you I want to know down below. And I think this is it. I really like it. It's very sparkly and nice. And I think this is the most me one. I feel like I could wear this and be like, yeah, I look a little sparkly. Maybe I should even out the sparkles a little bit, actually. Because this side's way less sparkly. Which is sad. And I should fix the black. So. But. Would you guys like that? Would it be something that would interest you to see that? Or should I just stick to talking about fictional characters? Because I feel like maybe one video, because I am LGBTE. I'm not. Every time I'm like, I feel like this is the right one. People will be like, I will be like, is it? I flip-flop between bi and pan. Often I'm like, which one feels better? I think that's mostly because I'm incredibly vain and I really like the bi color scheme. Okay, but I feel like pan fits the best. Is that vain and stupid? Possibly. Possibly very. But I don't know. So go watch Tangled or go have fun at. I don't know where people would be watching these. Like before going to Disney, like Disney bounding, and if so, very cool. Like awesome. Yeah. I actually kind of want to know why you're watching these. So let me know. Because that'd be very cool. And I will see you next week with maybe a new type of video. We'll see. Bye. Like and subscribe. Every single time. Every single time I forget. And every single time I get mad at myself. Maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe I should start the video off with like and subscribe. Like, hi. Like and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Because I forget every time. So if you're still here, listening to me ramble after finishing my makeup, I'll do it. And maybe send it to a friend.